Good morning, class 4. Welcome to the offline class. And today we will start, not today, yesterday we have already started chapter number 14, geometry. Chapter number 14, geometry. Okay. And yesterday we have discussed about the point, line segment, line, and ray, isn't it? And we have started exercise 56. In exercise 56, the first question was count the number of lines and also name in each of the following figures and also name them. That means you have counted the total number of line segments and you have written the names of the line segment. And I think I have told you C and D as homework. So I think you all have completed. For number C, the total number of line segments are 10 and the name of the line segments will be you can write from X, Y, then WX, WV, VU, UT, TS, SR, RQ, QP, PY. These are the 10 line segments. Okay. Similarly, for question number D, 1D, it is also having 10 line segments and the name of the line segments are AB, and then BC, CD and DA. Next is BD and AC, and the others are AO, OC, OD and OB. So this way there are 10 line segments for number D also. Okay. Now come to question number 2, fill in the blanks. I'm reading it, you just write the answers in the book. Fill in the blanks. The first one is a line segment has dash endpoints. Yes, we have already discussed yesterday. A line segment has two endpoints. One is the starting and one is the ending endpoint. Okay, so here you will write two endpoints. So a line segment has two endpoints. Then number B. A ray has a dash endpoint. Yesterday we have discussed that ray, it has one endpoint and the other endpoint is endlessly going, isn't it? So a ray has only one endpoint. So write in the book, a ray has one endpoint. Number C, a line has dash endpoints. A line, it is going both the sides endlessly, so it has no endpoints. Line has no endpoints. Okay. Now number D. In ray PQ, the initial point is dash. You have to say which one is the initial point. That means which one is the starting point. Since here it is given PQ, that means P is the starting point or P is the initial point. While in ray QP, just the opposite. QP, the initial point is Q, because the first letter is Q. That means it is starting from Q and ending in the P. So it is QP. Not ending, because it is a ray, the other side is just endlessly going. So the initial point is Q and the final point taken in the ray is P. Now number E. A dash has a definite length. A line segment. Exactly. A line segment, it has a definite length. Okay. Next. Number F, a dash has no length, breadth or thickness. A point has no length, no breadth and no thickness. Okay, we have already discussed these things earlier. So once more we revise. For question number 2, you have written number A as a line segment has two endpoints. Then number B, you have written a ray has one endpoint. Number C, a line has no endpoint. Number D, in ray PQ, the initial point is P, and while in ray QP, the initial point is Q. That means the starting point is Q when it is QP and P when it is PQ. A dash has definite length. A line segment has a definite length. Okay. And number F, a dash has no length, breadth or thickness. It is the point. A point, it has no length, no breadth or no thickness. Now come to question number 3. Question number 3 is given, measure measure the following line segments and fill in the blanks. You have to measure the line segments with the help of the scale. Okay, keep the scale and start from 0. You will start from 0 and measure what will be the length of the first one, the first line segment AB. Okay, you measure it and then you will tell to me AB, then CD and EF. So this thing I am giving you homework. You will measure the line segments starting from 0 and then write it in the book. Okay. Now come to question number 4. With the help of a ruler, draw a line segment of length. Now this one also you have to draw. With the help of the ruler or with the help of the scale, you have to draw the line segment, and the measurements are given 7, then 6 centimeter, 8 millimeter, 8.6 centimeter and 7.5 centimeter. This point and after that what is given, that is the small division you have to take between the two numbers. Suppose from 1 to 2, from 1 to 2 in the scale there are small 10 divisions. Okay, so if it is told 1.6 centimeter, that means you will draw one hole and then you will count the small division 6. So point it there and then you draw 1.6. Similarly here number B is given 6 centimeter and 8 millimeter. That means it is given 6.8 centimeter. So 6 whole line you will draw, and after 6 you will count the small division up to 8. So wherever 8 is there, you make a dot there and then you draw a straight line. Clear? With the help of the scale or with the help of the ruler. So this two questions, question number 3 and 4, I am giving you homework. You will do it in home copy with the help of the scale. Clear? Yes. Now come to the next topic. Next topic is straight and curved lines. As it is clear, straight lines we are drawing with the help of the scale or the ruler, and the curved lines. Suppose the curved lines, curved line of this one, chalk. The curved lines. Okay. So this we will discuss today. See in the page 217. In page 217. The straight line you can draw with the help of the scale, and the curved line, see here two examples is given, one example of coin and the other example a cylinder, and two curved lines are drawn with the help of the coin and it is the lid of a tin. Okay, two curved lines are drawn. So what is curves? The figures traced out with the help of the sharp edge of a pencil without lifting the pencil are called curves. Okay, so these are called the curves. Next comes the closed and open figure. So the closed figures or the closed curves, the curves which has a starting point, and the curves which we are drawing with the help of the scale and which has a starting point but which is not as the same as the ending point. It is open. That is called the open figure. Whereas a closed figure is the curve where we are starting it, and after making curve we are again coming back to the same point. That means the figures are closed. So this type of figures or this type of curves are called closed figures or closed figures. Those who are closed, and those who are open, they are called open figures. Okay. Same thing, simple closed figures are also written here. A closed figure which does not intersect itself is called a simple closed figures. Now the closed figures which is not intersecting, that is called a simple closed figure. Clear? Now next comes polygon. This is very important thing, polygon. A simple closed figure formed of 3 or more line segments is called a polygon. A closed figure which is formed with the help of 3 line segments or more than 3 line segments, it is called a polygon. But it should be closed and the line segments should be joined to one another, and it either 3 or more than 3. Okay, either 3 or more than 3 line segments are involved in this figure. That is called the polygons. See the picture. You know the side of the polygon and the vertex of the polygon, or the vertices of the polygon. Vertices is the plural form. Okay. Now turn the page. Come to page number 218. Page number 218. See, types of polygon. Here it will be more clear about the polygons and the name of the polygons. The types of the polygons. Number one, a polygon with three sides is called a triangle. So the closed figure which has three line segments joined to one another, it is called a triangle. Okay. Now number second, a polygon with four sides is called a quadrilateral. Just remember always the figure which has four line segments and the figure is closed. That means a closed figure which has four line segments joined to one another, that is called a quadrilateral. Quadra means four. Okay. Next comes a polygon with five sides is called a pentagon. Now having five sides, that polygon is called pentagon. Penta means five. Then a polygon with six sides is called hexagon. Now with the six sides, it is called hexagon. Similarly, a polygon with seven sides, it is called heptagon. Seven sides, it is called heptagon or septagon. And a polygon with eight sides is called an octagon, and so on. So a polygon with eight sides, they are called octagon. Okay. So this way it is going on. That means triangle 3 sides, quadrilateral 4 sides, pentagon 5 sides, hexagon 6 sides, heptagon 7 sides, octagon 8 sides. Like this way it will go. For 9 sides it is nanogon, for 10 sides it's a decagon. Like this it is going on, and the figures are also shown in the book. Okay, the quadrilateral has 4 line segments, then pentagon it has 5 line segments, hexagon 6, heptagon 7, octagon 8, and triangle 3 line segments. They are joined to one another, and this type of figure you are getting. Okay, and after that it is briefly discussed about triangle, quadrilateral, and then diagonals. Okay, let us discuss triangle. As you know, triangle, it has 3 sides. Okay, it has 3 sides, and you have to name the 3 sides, and it has 3 vertices. Suppose I am drawing triangle. Okay, for the polygon, the first one is triangle. So as you know, a triangle, it has 3 sides and 3 vertices. That means if I am drawing like this, okay, and I'm writing A, B, C. So sides of the triangle are AB, BC, and CA. These all are the line segments. Okay, and vertices. Vertices are A, B, C. Okay, these are the vertices. Next comes the quadrilateral. So a simple closed figure bounded by 4 line segments is called a quadrilateral. Now quadrilateral, second comes the quadrilateral. Suppose a quadrilateral, it has 4 sides and 4 corners or 4 vertices. That means suppose I am drawing like this and naming it P, Q, R, S. The sides are PQ, QR, RS, and SP, and the vertices are P, Q, R, S. These are the 4 vertices, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the sides are 1, 2, 3, and 4 sides. Clear? So that's why it is called a quadrilateral. Now come to the, yes, the quadrilateral, it has diagonals also. If I am joining the opposite sides like this way, S, Q, and P, R, these two are called the diagonals of the quadrilateral. These two are called the diagonals of the quadrilateral. Clear? Now in this quadrilateral there are rectangle and square. As you know, rectangle, the opposite sides are equal for the rectangle, and for square all the four sides are equal for the all the four sides are equals. Okay, so this square and rectangle both they comes under quadrilateral because both have four sides. Clear? Both have four sides, and in both you can draw the diagonals. Okay, now come to exercise 57. Question number 1. Which of the following are simple closed curves? Now you have to find out which of the following are simple closed curves. Okay, number A, yes, it is a closed curve, so write yes, and it is simple also. Number B, yes. Number C, it is not simple, it is little bit complicated. Number D, yes. E, yes. Number F also, it is not simple because there are too many lines. Number G, yes. Number H, no. That means A, B, D, E and G, these are all simple closed curves. So give a tick mark or just write yes. Now question number 2. Which of the following figures are polygons? Now you have to answer which one are polygon. Number A, you can see it is a closed figure, but the line segments are not proper. There is a curved line. Okay, so question number 2A, it is number 1 is not a polygon. Number B is a polygon. Number C is a polygon. Number D, again the curved line, so it is not a polygon. Number E, yes. Number F, no. Number G, yes. Number H, yes. That means the total polygons in question number 2 are B, C, E, G and H. Okay, B, C, E and E, G and H. These 5 are the polygons. Now come to question number 3. Which of the following polygons are quadrilateral? Now for quadrilateral, as you know, it should be 4 sides. Okay, so just see question number 3A. Number A, it has 4 sides, but number B, it has not 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So it is not a quadrilateral. Number C, it is 5. It is not a quadrilateral. Number D also, it is not a quadrilateral. Number E, it is quadrilateral because it has 4 sides. That means for question number 3, only A and E, these two are quadrilaterals since they have 4 sides. Okay, so this is all about the polygons. You once more practice at home the polygons, and this question you try to do it in your copy, not this quadrilateral, but the polygons which we have discussed to draw. Okay, triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon and octagon. This this polygons you draw it in your copy. Clear? So today up to this only, whatever we have done today, you once more revise in your copy, and the next question we will do it in our next class. Okay, from question number 4, that is fill in the blanks, we will do it in our next class. So today up to this, bye all of you, and practice the maths.